Hello Internet, I am the Hero of Julius once again with another One Piece card game opening video. This time we have set 8 has released. It is 2 legends, the prominent figures obviously being Whitebeard and Rayleigh, as you can tell by the box, and through my pre-releases I actually have 3 pre-release packs to open this time, so I'll be opening those at the start. This pack features a lot of new cards, but I'm going to be honest, not a ton of shift to the main meta. I do really like the new cards that are coming out. Obviously, Jack and Queen are or not Queen, Jack and Black Maria are the most prominent figures as far as like the powerhouse cards go. But there is some cool new strategies, such as playing as the Minx with Carrot, and another set of 50 of that you can have in a deck in the Biscuit Warriors. To complement the 50 Pacifista cards that I have from set 1. But enough of my rambling, let's get into it with our pre-release packs. Our first pre-release card we have is Tristan, a 1 cost to play, 3,000 power, 1,000 counter, just a generic mink, vanilla. Oh, and we also have Maria Onion Bear. 3 cost to play, 5,000 power, 1,000 counter. This is the woman that got mistaken for a hiking bear by Luffy and Usopp during their run around Drum Kingdom. Speaking of Drum Kingdom, our next pre-release card is the 20 Doctors. 2 cost to play, 2,000 power, 1,000 counter. They are a blocker from Drum Kingdom. Very, very nice. They take the hit for people. And then We Would Never Sell a Comrade to an Enemy. This is a Minx card. 1 cost to play. Its main effect, you may rest 2 of your characters. None of your characters can be KO'd by your opponent's effects until the end of your opponent's next turn. So that's pretty cool. Granted, the 2 characters you're resting are going to be in danger of being attacked during your opponent's turn, but if you have the stage card Zoe on the board and you're running Minx, you should be able to keep one of them alive, since Zoe's end of turn ability allows your Minx to restand. And finally, rounding off our pre-release cards, we have a Basil Hawkins, 7 cost to play, 9,000 power, 1,000 counter. He's Hawkins Pirates, but more importantly, he's Animal Kingdom Pirates, fitting the new King leader. And Edward Weevil, 4 cost to play, 5,000 power, 1,000 counter. This is a 7 Warlords of the Sea card for those of you looking to play Doflamingo soon. Dawn 1, when attacking, return a character with a cost of 3 or less to the owner's hand, which isn't a terrible card. Actually, during the pre-release, I found it to be quite useful, given that Weevil, I could play him, on curve and take out whatever 3-drop my opponent used during the pre-release. But now, with our pre-release cards out of the way, let's get into the bottom 2 boosters of our 2 legends. Oh, geez. Got a bit of a bend on that one. You know what? Just for fun, I'm going to open this one first and see what it gets us. This was from the bottom of the booster, kind of shoved in the corner. This booster pack really wants to make a name for itself. So let's hope this little wonky pack gets us off to a good start with Charlotte Perospero. Then we have Charlotte Cracker, Bakin, Sicilian, Onion Bear, Peckhams, Heliceratops, Ulti, Iron Body, Fang Flash, Thatch, and for our rares we have Electrical Luna and Wanda. So a very mink heavy booster pack for the most part. I mean, I think there were 4 minks out of 12 cards. That's pretty mink heavy. Let me just move my cards around real quick. Okay. Now, my superstition states that at the bottom of the booster, there are cards worth grabbing. Under the assumption that, nobody's messed with the box. Interestingly enough, both of the bottom packs started with Charlotte Perospero. And we got the 20 Doctors, the Moby Dick, Mushuru, Nitro, People's Dreams Don't Ever End, We Would Never Sell Out Our Comrade. We got Rhodey, Sheepshed, Munch Munch Mutation, and for our rares, Charlotte Katakuri, and Wiper. Okay, well, if it was a flawless strategy, then every time I open a box, at like a store or something, I'd ask for the bottom 2 packs. So I guess, you know, obviously it's not perfect. But let's see what the booster packs at the top had for us. We got another Mushiru, Bakin, Drum Kingdom, Ulti, Kumorimo, Count Newtori, Robson, Flashfang. We have the Leader Chopper card. And for our rares, page 1, Wapple, and the Dawn for this pack. So this is Whitebeard. When he arrived to save Ace at Marine Ford, he says here, "My beloved son had better be all right." But for those of you who are in the meme community of One Piece, this is also one of the first images in the Can We Get Much Higher meme. So I got a buddy who loves that meme, and this is one of his. He really took well to this Dawn when it finally came out. I mean, we all knew it was going to happen eventually, but now we can together get much higher. Huh, ironic. We got the Whitebeard Dawn, and now we get the Moby Dick immediately after. Guernica, followed by Miyagi, who cannot teach you Kung Fu, but he can teach you medicine. We have Chess, Onion Bear, People's Dreams, Kalgara, Sweet Pea, Jinbei, Hiking Bear, and for our rares we got King and Who's Who. Alright, we're off to a calm start when it comes to this booster. 4 packs in, haven't even seen an SR. All that does is generates more hype, makes us more prepared for amazing things to come, such as S-Bear. Then we got Charlotte Angel, Drum Kingdom, Charlotte Smoothie, Not Selling Comrades, Basil Hawkins, I'd Never Shoot You, Southbird, I would shoot the Southbird, that thing is smug, Garchu, King Dew, and for our rares, Mont Blanc Noland. Oh, so in this pack, you can get some special cards, and the SPs are, you know, pretty dang rare. This one in particular is ironic to me because it is the Queen from the purple starter deck, the first purple starter deck. 5 cost to play, 6,000 power, 1,000 counter. It's a blocker. His on play is Dawn -1, draw 2 cards, and trash 1 card from your hand. So this was a very sought after card. For those of you who don't keep up with the Japanese cards when they come out, it is getting a reprint. So if somebody tries to sell you one for an insane amount of money and you don't need it absolutely to build your deck, just wait for the reprint. Otherwise, this would be a fantastic thing to spend your money on. Look at him. He's in his little boogie form, and he's got, you know, he's got his sword on his hip. This is a cool card. I love the SPs. I love getting these. So very happy that I got my hands on that. Ooh, okay, well, we are off to a very nice start now. Don't want to lose no weight, just want to appreciate. They can't deny that they're attracted to my funk. We got Jim Rummy in our next pack. Charlotte Piora, Shishilian, Candy Maiden, Nemule, Heliceratops, Rhodey, Charlotte Opera, Milky, Alber, and for our rares, Imperial Flame. Oh, and the alternate art of Black Maria. Like I was saying, this is one of the sought-after cards in this set. 3 cost to play, 2,000 power, 2,000 counter. Being a 2k counter is always nice for a card. Activate main. If you have no other Black Maria characters, add up to 5 Dawn cards from your Dawn deck and rest them. Then, at the end of this turn, return Dawn cards from your field to your Dawn deck until you have the same number of Dawn cards on your field as your opponent. So, no, this cannot be used to gain Dawn advantage, but this card is able to remove the detriment of a lot of Dawn minus heavy decks. For example, the starter deck Kaido with his Dawn -7, now it's pretty much a Dawn -2 thanks to Black Maria. There's Zephyr from set 2 who's Dawn -4 for his ability. Most recently we have Foxy who's Dawn -3 for his ability. So that's pretty great. This is the alt art for it, obviously. So if I do pull the regular SR, I will just, show the art and move on. But this is very nice. We're off to a great and very purple start. I guess the cards are speaking to me. They're telling me I should either build Pudding or King, because both of them came out this set with new leader cards. We also got some Minks. We got BB. We got the 20 Doctors. A Biscuit Warrior. This is... Hang on, I do want to bring to attention, under the rules of this game, you may have any number of this card in your deck. So you can have a full deck of 50 Biscuit Warriors. I don't know why you would, but I'm going to build one just for the meme of it. We got Giovanni. You can't take our king this early in the game. Scratch Manapoo. Duval. Oh, there's the Pudding leader I was talking about. And for our rares, Thank You for Loving Me and S-Hawk. In our next pack, we start off once again with Charlotte Perospero, the oldest of the Linlin children. We got S-Bear, then Moby Dick, Diaz Drake, Burn Bazooka, Peckholmes, Candy Maiden, Sheepshed, It's to Die For, Nekomamushi, and for our rares, we got Shukuyaku. Oh, and we have the super rare Nami. So 5 cost to play, 5,000 power, 1,000 counter. Her on-play ability, you may trash a card with trigger from your hand to KO one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. Then, if you have 3 or less cards in your hand, draw 1. So if you time it right with the cards in hand, you don't lose any cards in hand when you play this Nami. Its trigger is to activate the on-play effect. It doesn't actually play her out, but this is another nice addition to the Egghead/Straw Hat crew cards. Though, if I'm being honest, this is probably just going to go in any NL deck, given that it is a pretty strong card. Next on our card list, we have Speed Jill, followed by Chess, BB, Charlotte Angel, Basil Hawkins, Kuromarimo, Kalgara, Lapins, Atmos. We got the leader Kalgara, and for our rares, Dr. Kureha and Charlotte Katakuri. One of my favorite parts about this card game is, as a big, huge One Piece fan who tries to remember as much as I can about the manga itself, this also works as a trusty little flashcard game for characters like BB and Atmos, where you wouldn't exactly remember their names, like Aphalandra, or, Viscount Hyoko. These are, it's just, that's what I like about this game, is for collectors like me, for big fans of One Piece like me, this is just a way to see all of these characters in a different kind of way. Like Chess Marimo. Oh, here's the King Leader, and for our rares, Sasaki, we got Thank You for Loving Me, and the other of our Dawn. There are 2 Dawns in a box, so don't be shocked if you find a second one in yours if you buy one. Our next pack has Charlotte Cracker, who can summon the Biscuit Warriors, 20 Doctors, Mont Blanc Cricket, Onion Bear, Take the King, Sell the Enemy. Sounds like a list. We got Namule, Charlotte Oven, Thatch, Inuarashi, and for our rares, Dr. Hiraluk. Oh, and Kaido himself. 9 cost to play, 9,000 power. Activate main. You may trash 1 card from your hand. If this character was played on this turn, trash up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 7 or less. Then, your opponent trashes 1 card from their hand. This is basically an on-play without being an on-play, because you do have to activate main, but it does allow you to play around it a little bit. For example, the new King Leader, he has a Dawn -2 ability, which obviously you couldn't use and then play Kaido. So you play Kaido, use King's ability, and now you can trash a 9 cost from the board using Kaido's power. So things like that are the reason why stuff like that exists. Also, for those of you who don't know, next set we are going to face an interesting leader in set 9 who will make on plays a tricky thing to work with. I'm very interested to see how that deck does in Japan. But we're talking about this set, and this set has Guernica and Drum Kingdom. You got Hamlet, and Speed Jill, Nitro, Diaz Drake, People's Dreams, Munch Munch Mutation, Charlotte Brûlée, Charlotte Custard, and for our rares, Pedro. Oh, and the regular art of Black Maria. Well, as far as playsets go, during my pre-releases, I pulled one Black Maria, so we are one away from a full playset. Two more if I don't want to use my alt art that I just got. But it's all about getting a good deck, whether or not you want to use your alt arts or not. So if I need to play Black Maria, I will play Black Maria. But if I don't, it'll go in the binder. Alongside Mushiru, because I have my master binder. Got Charlotte Cracker, Miyagi, I'd Never Shoot You, Rhodey, Ulti, Count Neotori, Edward Weevil, S-Shark, Duval, and for our rares, S-Hawk. Oh, and Tony Chopper. So Tony Chopper is a 3-cost to play, 5,000 power, with the Your Turn on play / when attacking ability. Look at 5 cards from the top of your deck and play up to 1 animal type character with 4,000 power or less rested. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So not only is this Chopper a searcher, but he is also a summoner, allowing you to spam your board with a lot of characters. Fortunately, he is 5,000 power himself, so he cannot summon himself, but he can summon a plethora of other Choppers. I got a friend who is running a Zoro deck that is like 90% Chopper. It's adorable, but you can spam the board during your opponent's turn if you team it up with the right cards. In our next pack, we have Guernica. We got Bakin, another Biscuit Warrior, Maria Onion Bear, Nitro, Heliceratops, Basil Hawkins, Iron Body Fang Flash, Atmos, Robson, and for our wares we got Wanda. Oh, and the secret rare is ours. This is Kaido and Lin. 10 cost to play, 12,000 power. When attacking, Dawn -10, which is a heavy price. KO all characters other than this character. Then add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life, and trash up to 1 card from the top of your opponent's life cards. So, Kaido and Lin come to the board, and if your opponent does not do anything about them, they are going to swing, and they are going to destroy everything. Take out one of your opponent's life, and give you a life in addition. It is a purple-yellow card if ever there was one. The downside is you will be left with almost no Dawn if you don't come up with ways around it. For example, you would have to Dawn minus, when attacking, which means you would have to play cards beforehand. I'm not exactly sure what strategy I personally would do with that Kaido and Lin card, but it is something I have thought about experimenting with, and I'm looking forward to seeing what other people come up with. In our next pack, we have Viscount Hyoko, we have Sicilian, Afalandra, Esper, Baron Tamago, Diaz Drake, Count Neotori. Oh wow, we had all 3 in one pack. Inuarashi, Charlotte Custard, Charlotte Katakuri, and for our rares we have Page 1, and Edward Newgate, Whitebeard himself. 10 cost to play, 12,000 power, as we saw with Kaido and Lin. On play, if your leader's type includes Whitebeard Pirates, you have 2 or less life cards, so you got to be weakened. Select all of your opponent's characters on the field. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, none of the selected characters can attack unless your opponent trashes 2 cards from their hand whenever they attack. So, unless your opponent has a massive hand, or they just don't care that they lose all the cards in hand, It's a good way to pause your opponent's turn, making them, decide whether or not they want to discard their cards or whether or not they want to play their cards. If they don't have any cards to attack you with, however, they're not going to be able to do much about you. So it's an interesting card. I don't see myself using it. As of right now, there are only 2 cards in the game, or 2 leaders in the game that can use this card. So we'll have to see if maybe a different blue Whitebeard comes out before I'm interested in it. For now, though, Marco or the Ace from the Three Brothers starter deck is what you're looking for. Next up, we have Gin Rummy. We got Chess, Charlotte Perospero, Charlotte Angel, another Baron Tamago, Sweet Pea, Burn Bazooka, Milky, the Hiking Bear. We have the Leader Carrot card, and for our rares, King and Zoe. We're down to the last third of the deck, well, third of the box, with Tristan, 20 Doctors, Joaquin, Charlotte Pior, I'd Never Shoot You, Charlotte Smoothie, You Can't Take Our King This Early in the Game, Garchu, Jinbei, King Du, and for our rares, we got Portuguese D Ace and Charlotte Pudding. Very nice. The Pudding's a pretty good effect. When you lose a Dawn, you get to add a Dawn rested, so effectively your Dawn minus cards cost 1 less, at least the first one you play. It's like the Eustace Kid, the 5-drop from set 5, except you can play it a little earlier, because it's a 3-drop. And it doesn't come up active, it comes up rested. We got Miyagi, Viscount Hyoko. That's fun to say, Hyoko. Like a chicken. Well, anyways, we got Giovanni. We got Sweet Pea. Alber. It's to Die For. Oh, there's the Marco leader I was talking about. And for our rares, we have Dalton and Cloven Rose, which let me tell you, this card saved me in the pre-release when I was playing. It allows you to give 3 characters 1,000 power, so it's already paying for itself in terms of Dawn. But then it gives an opponent's character minus 2,000 power. So if you really think about it, it's like attaching 3 Dawn to one of your characters and then attaching 1 Dawn to 2 others. Something would work great like that with Chess, who can also lower power. Biscuit Soldier. We got Gin Rummy, Charlotte Angel, People's Dreams, Burn Bazooka, Rhodey, Kuro Marimo. Oh, that's cool. They were both in a pack together. Lappins. Chess Marimo, all in a pack together. Mont Blanc Noland as our rare, and Jozu as our other rare. I know typically a box only has 2 alt arts and a secret rare at best, so I do appreciate everyone who has stuck around to watch the video to the end. People who, don't leave once they see the major hits. People who just like the idea of shiny cardboard being opened and talking and the ramblings of a guy who's looking for things to say while he gets to the rares. Imperial Flame. Oh, and Jewelry Bonnie. Jewelry Bonnie is a 3 cost to play, 4,000 power with 1,000 counter. Her ability is Dawn 1 during your turn. When a card is removed from your opponent's life cards, draw 2 and trash 1 from your hand. Her trigger is also draw 2 and trash 1 from your hand. So if you, just have her in your life stack, it's, an option to get a little bit ahead. If you're running Vegapunk, you can also throw her out there real early, or you could play her on the board. She's not a 5 cost like the usual things you would want to play, so maybe I would suggest going second and just playing her, then using Vegapunk's ability. Next up, we have a Cracker. Then we have a Bear. Then we have a BB. We got the Comrades. We've got Diaz Drake. We've got Nim Mule. Followed by Kalgra, Southbird, Charlotte Brûlée, Scratchman Apu, and for our rares, Sasaki. Oh, and cute little S-Snake. 5 cost to play, 6,000 power, 1,000 counter. On play, up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 6 or less other than Monkey D. Luffy cannot attack until the end of your opponent's next turn. The trigger ability activates this card's on-play ability. I do think it's hilarious that we got a yellow leader, Kalgara, and all 3 of the SRs from this booster are not Shandoran Warrior. All he got, the biggest boss monster Kalgara got, was a vanilla Kalgara card. That's all they got. It's almost sad. But I have seen he does do fairly well as a rushdown deck. Anyways, here we go with the last 3 packs. Our bronze medal starts off with Afalandra, Charlotte Piol, Tristan, another Biscuit Warrior, Charlotte Smoothie, Diaz Drake, Candy Maiden, Charlotte Oven, Charlotte Custard, Charlotte Pudding, Charlotte Who's Who. Oh, that's one of my rares. That's just Who's Who. And then finally, Conquest of the Sea. I know, because of the whole, alt arts are already there. We kind of know the silver pack's not going to have anything crazy, but we still have a chance at getting some SRs, so let's hope for that. Starting off, of course, we have Speed Jill, then Viscount Hyoko, Bibi, Jin Rummy, Kalgara, Baron Tamago, Taking the King, Scratch Manapoo, Lappins, a little Tony Chopper leader, and for our rares, the Searcher Queen, and Wapple. And now we are down to our final pack. Hoping that there is a super rare inside, because then it'll give me something interesting to finish off on. But of course, I just appreciate the fact that we are here, that we've opened a box together, and that we got some sweet cards. Starting off with Drum Kingdom, another Afalandra, Tristan once more. We got Hamlet coming back, Burn Bazooka, Basil Hawkins, Count Niotori, Phoenix Brand, Neko Mamushi, Charlotte Opera, and for our final rares, Wapple, and The Earth Will Not Lose. So with that, as I shuffle around all these cards to better implement the interesting nature of what we got going on, we have our usual 2 alternate art Dawn cards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 super rares. We have the secret rare, Kaido and Linlin. We have the alternate art of Black Maria. And finally, we have the special rare of Queen. This box is telling me that I must play purple, or at least give it a try. Considering there are 2 purple leaders out this set, I feel like it's worth a shot at least. Especially since a couple sets back, we got a searcher that allows us to search for purple Animal Kingdom and Queens of Animal Kingdom, and Big Mom Pirates, which we also got a lot of in this set. Let me know in the comments below if I pulled any characters you were hoping to see, or if maybe you missed out on someone and you're hoping it's in the next box. Either way, thank you for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. This is the Hero of Julios, Xing out.